Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another inspiring design ideas video. I am with Andi today on Smoke Hollow Island, his Dinkum Island that he actually started as a vanilla playthrough, has utilized some creative mode stuff here and there. Lots of really cool and unique ideas that I'm so excited to show off with you today. So buckle in because your jaw is going to drop. So many cool ideas. Let's go take a look. Okay, one of the first areas we're going to look at is his airport. Very, very different than all the airports we have kind of ever toured or seen or built in Dinkum. A little bit more derelict, run down, abandoned airfield out in the middle of nowhere. He said Nancy's been living here. She's fallen on hard times, so she's got like a whole setup outside, washing her clothes, got some storage. But what I really like is just how run down it looks. It's so different than anything we've ever seen before. And I really like how it's really something you would see out of a movie. Like, oh, the hero and the heroine have had to fly into this old airfield and they're trying to escape drug lords or something. I don't know. Oh, whatever story you want to make up. I think this is so clever and so different. And if you don't want to put a lot of effort into designing a massive airport, I feel like this is spectacular. He said this is actually a number for a hot air balloon thing. And look at that. This wonderful hot air balloon with a ladder all ready to go. I really like how clever this is and just how it's details, but then not a lot of details. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this can appeal to a lot of people who are like, I don't want to do this big fancy airport build. Well, here you go. Do one that's a little bit more run down in the middle of the jungle. And bada bing, bada boom, you've got a genius idea. I love this. And I really am happy that Andi has such a creative and different working kind of mind that we get so many new and unique ideas in this tour. You may have caught a glimpse there as I was touring the airport of this wonderful church cathedral, and I'm starting back here because you need to see it from afar. Andi put the town bell at the very top to really add to that cathedral look, and I think that was a genius idea. I know a lot of people have done that, but the way he's done it here is quite, I don't know, I just think it really looks appropriate. This church kind of reminds me of some sort of old European Catholic church. He said he modeled this after kind of like the churches in the UK with their gardens, and they're just kind of, they're not, you know, planned out because they were built like several hundred years ago, and you know, they're just plopped on a piece of land and it's not perfect and symmetrical, and I really love how this looks. It's I don't know, it's great. I love that this mannequin's dressed like a monk. And we've got Saint Zizalax, I think is how they say that. He pronounced it for me. I was like, wow, there's no vowels. Anyway, so you walk in and you've got the holy water. You can cross yourself, and you've got the alms for the poor. I love the use of the Eastern benches as pews with that cutout. It really does kind of give you church cathedral. And seeing this at night really does just kind of add to the atmosphere. We've got communion up here. We've got some bread and some wine, and we've got the priest giving the sermon at the lectern. I feel like he did a fantastically amazing job at capturing what a Catholic church looks like. And we've got the fairy lights back there, and the vines. I like the use of the pergolas on top of these pillars. If I can get the camera angle just right. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's just, you can achieve this in vanilla mode. You do not have to do this in place item. In fact, that's how he did this. Now that with the 1.0 release, you can put things under pergolas without any special dev commands. You can now place pergolas on columns like that. And it looks so good. Let me take you up to where the bell tower is. So you come out here, you go to the side, and look at all these beautiful gardens. I'm gonna hop over the gate. And then you've got a cemetery with some rather famous names that are no longer with us. And you come back here, and you can access the bell tower through a series of climbing walls. but you get a really beautiful look at the town from up here. He said it's not super accessible, but it looks really good. And I think this was a really well done church cathedral. Great use of the new bell tower. It really gave me a sort of European church vibe for sure, and I think he was very successful in pulling that off. If you are looking to build a church or cathedral on your island, well, I think this is a fantastic inspiration. A lot of lush gardens, a lot of water, and just a lot of old world feel. So bravo, Andi. What a great idea. All right, so again, you may have seen in the background some spotlights. What were they on? Well, we've got ourselves a lighthouse back here. Now, one of the guest houses is being utilized as sort of the lighthouse keepers, and I really like the black and the white, and I like how this has been decorated, very utilitarian for the lighthouse workers. Very clever. The great use of this map table. I have not used that yet, and it's good to see it. We've got some beach paraphernalia over here, but I want to take you guys up real quick and show you how he achieved this. I like that he put the spotlights kind of facing each other so that it looks like there's light coming out of the silo to really give that realistic feel of the lighthouse. Andi is very meticulous with his thoughts and very logical with, the details, wanting it to have a specific sort of look and convey a certain sort of attitude or a feeling and an atmosphere. And I really think that all of his attention to details has really, come through. And I really like this version of a lighthouse. I hope it inspires you to build something similar. I wanted to show off another guest house area. I thought this was really unique and fun, and doesn't mean you have to create a neighborhood to put all your guest houses in. You can do something like this. Andi decided to kind of build down into the ground and place one of the guest houses. It is green, and then you've got these waterfall walls on either side, and really like the sounds of the water. You've got some of these new glowing plants. You got all this green. The house is green. Let me show you the inside. Well, we've just walked in on someone at home. It's okay. They won't mind. Definitely green. Y'all complain about me being monotone? Well, here you go. I love this. This tickles my brain just a little bit. I like all the green with a little pop of color here and there. It's a little different. Got this wonderful bedroom. Can you hear the water? I think this would be a peaceful house to sleep in, honestly. Kind of reminds me of those underwater hotels. Yeah, I love this theme of all green, and then the greenhouse with all the plants, and then the water. So if you want a unique idea for your guest house and you don't want to put it in a neighborhood, well, I feel like this could definitely serve as some inspiration on doing something a little different with the guest houses that you can rent out in the game. Bravo, Andi. I love this. A quick teleport ride away, and we are on the western side of Andi's island to another guest house. Now, this one is modeled after Henry David Thoreau's cabin on the pond, on Walden Pond. He's a big Walden fan. This is where Forrest lives. Here she is with her axe, being ever creepy. But he modeled this guest house to be a lot like Henry David Thoreau's cabin on Walden Pond. And from the pictures I've seen and the descriptions I've heard, this does seem very as accurate as you can get in Dinkum. And it's simple. It's very simple, but yet I feel like packs a bit of an impact. And so for those of you who do like simpler designs, this is a way you can set up one of your houses. You don't even have to upgrade it all the way if you don't want to. And it looks simple and quaint and just delightful. Go live in the woods? Well, there you go. And then you've got a little bit of an outside area with a fire pit. And I like that it's up high, overlooking a pond. I like that. It's not right on the water. It's up above. And I like the idea of the elevation, that not everything has to be, flat on the ground. He's got a lot of different levels in his builds. And there he is down there. Hey, Andy. But yeah, I really like how he's done his guest houses. They're very unique, and some of them are simple, some of them not so much. And I feel like they give everybody a lot of inspiration for something they can do for their island. There are a lot of multiplayer activities on Andy's island. A lot of racetracks, a lot of other interactive things that people can do and play together. And behind me is one such thing. You might be going, what in the world is that? Well, let me go show you. For those of you who are really into sports, well, here's a nice arena for Demolition Derby. You've got this fantastic stadium that has been built up. We've got lots of lighting all around the edge there. I'm trying to get the camera angled to where you can kind of see it, but up in the trees are the copper lights that kind of rim the top of this. Then you got this wonderful little VIP section with more plush, cushy chairs. And then down there is where all the action happens. The idea was apparently him and some of his friends were playing together, and they crashed into each other, their vehicles, and it took damage. And so what they do is they get down, the two of them, one on a vehicle, each of them on vehicles, and they just crash into each other until somebody's vehicle, whoever's vehicle breaks first, well, they lose. Which I think is kind of a fun multiplayer thing to do within the game. A lot of people have built, obstacle courses and race courses and different things like that. And I think this is just an interesting and fun take. He and I played a little bit with the tractors, crashing into each other. We can do the motorcycles, you can do the ride-on mowers, and probably even the utes, which we don't see here. But what a wonderful idea. So if you really like sporting arenas in your Dinkum world, well, this is something that you could think to build to fight each other. You could do a PvP arena just right here for spectators to watch, kind of like the Coliseum, or you can utilize some ride-on vehicles and crash into each other like a sophisticated set of bumper cars. Another one of Andy's interactive places on his island is the jet ski race course. The way he designed this was pretty unique. I love that he's got a sign that says, "Follow the sunken lamps." And you're about to see exactly what that means. So we follow these lamp heads that are down here in the water. I want to take you basically on the course with us as we race here, and he's obviously winning because I'm yapping and trying to think of things to say while I'm racing. But he wanted to make it intuitive for people who had never ever been here, and I think the sunken lamp idea and the little arrows that are in the water really kind of help give you a direction on where to go. I like that he's created these like little turnarounds, these little turnabouts. Obviously I ran into the wall, so I'm way far behind. That's okay. Andy beat me the last time too. But that's Mocha's fault. My cat jumped in my lap, and you got this nice little obstacle thing here. We got floor lights on the ground to kind of tell you where to kind of come out. I like the use of the mushroom pathing as well as the new glowing floor pathing. Oh, no, let me out. Aw, damn it, I was getting close. This is a lot of fun, and I think he has a lot of fun with his friends that he plays with fairly regularly. Woo! We might actually have a chance of staying in the lead. Look at that. But the sunken lamps really give you a really good idea of where to go. And I like he's kind of created these little areas that will slow people down. Because look, he could probably catch up with me right now because I suck at this. Racing games were never something I was super great at. Mario Kart, while I love it, I'm terrible at it. Anyway, so you've got another little roundabout here. And then this nice waterfall. When he showed this to me earlier as we were touring the island, I just like, this is a lot of fun. Ooh! Wow. And if you look at the map, there is this nice little mushroom path line within the course that kind of, sets it up on the map where it's like, oh, there's the jet ski racing course. I don't have to be jumping here. He was like, you don't have to jump through that. But I like the occasional arrows, like you're on the right track here. And the use of the neon signs is also very helpful. And this is the only mangrove tree usage I approve of, having it as a canopy over part of the course to navigate through. I don't know if we lost Andi. We're really ahead now. Or he may be right behind us. Who knows? Look at this. Look at how pretty this is. And not only, and we're next to the cathedral, by the way. Not only is it, there we go. We won. Woohoo! Not only is it functional as a fun multiplayer game, but it is absolutely beautiful. A lot of beautiful scenery to pass through in the meantime. And so then we come back to the starting line. And, well, there you go. I actually won. Yoo-hoo! Thanks, Andi. Now I want to show you guys a very creative and clever use of the mine. On Andi's island, he has utilized the trick with the fertilizer and creating all these oversized trees along with the regular sized palm trees. And I love the juxtaposition of that with the different size trees. It really kind of gives you more of a variety. And I think he did that really well all throughout his island. This is his mine area. This kind of reminds me of a Mayan ruin. In fact, he calls it his Mayan Mine. I love that he used the stairs and then the lighting down inside the water that kind of creates this texture so that it's not smooth. And it gives you this lined effect, almost to making the pyramid taller than it actually is. Let me show you, though, what it looks like on the map. It's rainbow, but you didn't see rainbow colors, right? The pathing underneath the stairs are these colors, but he wanted the outside to look cement, but have a fun, cool delineation on the map. And I think that's just fabulous. Let me take you on in to where the mine is. So it's just down here in the bottom with all this smooth cement and regular cement. You've got the statues, you've got the lanterns, you've got these black chests. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Sorry. But I think this is a really cool way to show off your mine and make it look like part of the landscape and where you put it. It's very tropical with all these coconut trees and palm trees everywhere. Another thing right here where the mine is, and I don't know if he really wanted me to show you all this or not. I really, really think this is very clever, and I'm probably not coming the right way, but there is obviously, as you can see, a bridge that comes over, and you've got this beautiful like hanging baskets and all these beautiful flowers and glow buttons. I mean, he is a big fan of glow buttons, and that's why we are friends. You come down here next to the mine and you've got this wonderful like orchard. This is a very unique orchard area. You've got the trees grouped by type, but then there's like a little restaurant and like the jamming where you can make the jams and everything. And it's, I love the use of like the cabinet countertops, but then dirt printing. And then again, once again, utilizing the pergolas on top of the columns here, it really creates this nice space. And it just, it flows so seamlessly. I like the tiki bar. I like the market stalls. Like I think this is a wonderfully fantastic, unique area that I'm going to have to copy something like this on mine. I don't know how I'm going to utilize it, but I love that it's both functional and really pretty. Like it's beautiful at night. It was also really pretty during the day. But it's a very unique orchard area. You've got this natural like sort of spot where the trees are growing, but then you've got a more like put together area where there's a restaurant and functional spaces for this stuff. And I like the use of the Eastern furniture here as well. I don't use that enough. And when I see people do it, it just looks so good. But the hanging baskets, the new hanging baskets in the game, I just love that. Oh, looks so good. So good. So the mine and the little orchard area here together with all these tropical trees and this tropical area. Andi blows me away with his creativity and the fact that he's been working on this for a long time in both vanilla and creative mode. He's accomplished quite a lot, and I'm inspired to make quite a few things. I hope you are too. And here we have yet another interactive multiplayer section of Andi's island, where we've got the bike race, and it's going to take us through quite a bit of his island. And I show off how creative this area is as well. If you have a lot of spaces that you want to do multiplayer kind of areas, he's got so many ideas. I like the yellow and black floor as the starting and the mushroom pathing as the lighting. And as you go on this track, the lights get closer and closer and closer together to kind of mimic that speed that you would have. And I love the use of the lava along with the basalt flooring. See? Like, oh, I'm going fast, except that I'm not. I forget what boost is. I don't play racing here in Dinkum very often. But this kind of makes my poor little pathetic racetrack look kind of sad, actually, in comparison. The one that I just did, I was super proud of that because that's really, these kinds of builds are hard for me. And he makes this look so effortless, like a mix of natural, but also all these other elements too. And you've got this entire like flower course. I mean, look at that. Also, can we just appreciate some of the architectural details here for a second without hopefully losing too much here? Also, we've come into this fun area where, oh my gosh, we're gonna get on fire. We're gonna set on fire. We're coming up upon this campsite that has had a forest fire, and everyone's queuing up for the bathroom. How fun is that? The use of all the color lights right here really gives a fun atmosphere. Nice music. And then here we are back at the start. I think he let me win, honestly. I think he was a good sport there. But is that not the funnest thing? He's got so many amazing, fun, interactive areas on his island, and I think this just turned out great. Let's take a look at the map really quick. Okay, so for those that are curious, this is the course. That's what we just went on, and it's got the mushroom pathing outlining here, all the little areas, and he takes up a lot of space, and I think it's just really, really well done. If the other racetracks are just a little too much speed for you, well, do I have something absolutely hilarious for you. We're going to do a jet ski race on land. Now, hold your horses. This one might give you whiplash. I'm just saying. When he showed me this after the other race, I was like, this is hilarious. And I love that he's kind of put up these little like obstacles that kind of can keep you from getting too far too fast. But how many of us on the Summer Isles have accidentally run our jet ski over land? This was a hoot, and it really made me crack up. So, hey, you want something just silly and fun? This is an option. I feel like I have saved the best for last. Like I said, Andi has got such a wonderful creative mind and does all these fantastic details. He told me the story about 11 years ago, how he coded on the table and they had to bring him back. He was, technically dead for a couple of minutes. And so it inspired him to build this next area of his island. And when I tell you it made my jaw drop, I'm not kidding. It is probably one of the most creative and yet meaningful things I've seen built. Look at how just serene and peaceful this area looks. You've got the garden lights, you've got the mushrooms, you've got the trees that are all white and feel very, bright and hopeful. And as you kind of travel along, it starts getting a little less, it's a little bit more, the pathing isn't as solid. You've got these on fire lanterns kind of lighting the area, and oh, what is this? Some bones are sprinkled throughout. Like, okay, it's a little creepy. And then you've got the actual like letters Afterlife and blue floor lights to really create some kind of creepy vibe. I like that he built this around a doggo den and did not tear this up. He actually utilized all of the features of a doggo den with these bones in the ground. It really kind of gives you that, you know, oh, okay, death and destruction is all about us. But then as you kind of travel on, whoa, what is that, right? You're kind of traveling on into the afterlife. And, you know, a lot of people say that they have like this sort of bright white light experience as you walk towards the light. Who knew that 8 different spotlights could create quite this effect? But here we are, the gates of heaven. We've got this frozen, the ice fence, and the pearl pathing, and the ice wall on either side, and then you've got this big wall of water. And then if you go down here underneath the pergolas, you see all of those spotlights. Or there might be 16. There might not be 8. There might be 16. And I just thought this was like, look at that. What a clever idea and a clever use of those items, because I just think to use them as like actual spotlights, right? And then if you go in and look in the trunk, there's items in there to help make you look like a angel. I already look like an angel. Look at me. I'm so special. But if you come back out, you know, there's kind of more of a hopeful, okay, you know, maybe I've made it to heaven. But out here looks a little bit like purgatory. You've got some people maybe trying to get out of purgatory. You've got someone leading the way. Look at that. Very creepy. And then you've got the stone bush devil statue. And then you've got the 3 golden ones. And he said that he did that on purpose because these kind of look wet. Like they're deeper and they're coming out of the sludge and the lava. And then you've got the one that's stone that looks a little more dry and it's a little bit more closer to the top. And the use of the red floor lights really just creates more of an ominous vibe, right? This pyramid build, definitely super impressive. And you've got the red all the way around. But yeah, this is, I thought, such a very clever and very unique idea. I've never seen anything like it. And all of those spotlights creating that really bright light. I mean, once the chunk rate loads in and you turn that corner and you see it, it's like, oh my God, like that, so brilliant. This just made me smile when I saw it. And I thought, Andi, what a fantastic idea. So I hope this has inspired you, or at least made you go, wow, I didn't know we could do that in Dinkum. But I have been thoroughly impressed with all the things he's shown me on his island today. I hope you have been too. All right, friends. Well, that's going to wrap us up for this amazing tour of inspiring design ideas. I want to thank Andi for letting us come and tour his island and for reaching out to me to look at all these wonderful designs on Smoke Hollow, and for sharing his wonderful attention to detail mind with all the rest of us. I hope you guys have been inspired by what you've seen here today, and that you go out and build something amazing. Be sure to let me know, send your pictures, come join our Discord. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to the channel and the like button for this video. I would really appreciate it. And the link to our Discord is down in the description below, and you can show off your creations there in our Discord channel. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out with us in this video. And as always, y'all be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I will see y'all next time.